The boundaries of the new relationship formed between the local arm of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, the Defence Force and BASRA were tested on Monday, August 23rd, following a plane crash which left 6 passengers clinging to its wreckage some 26 miles off Grand Bahama Island. Police say a distress call was received at the control tower of the Grand Bahama International Airport shortly before 10 a.m. Fritz Cambridge, the pilot of the twin-engine Aztec Piper, reported engine trouble and lost contact with the control tower a short time later. BASRA Chairman Jamie Rose headed up the rescue efforts and recounts the moments following that call.
When we initially pulled up on scene, but at this point we'd had a search going on for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, which included multiple aircraft and multiple agencies, including U.S. Coast Guard. So we had a Coast Guard C-130 come in, and they were rendering assistance as well. We pulled up on the scene as BASRA volunteers. We could see 4 people holding on to the airplane. We were told there were 6. Initially, your heart sinks because you go, oh my God, I can't see the other 2. Where are they? Fortunately, when we came around, the other 2 were on the other side of the tail of the aircraft.
The vessel used in the rescue effort was one of 3 which were constructed by local boat supplier OBS Marine, which are expected to be officially turned over to police in short order. One of the vessels will remain on island for use by local authorities, while the others will be deployed to other parts of the country. Rose tells the GBTV news team that although the vessels were not officially commissioned, he felt it necessary to commandeer the craft for this rescue mission.
Our response time was excellent, mainly because we had one of the police units on a trailer, and BASRA personnel basically commandeered that vessel and notified police control room of our intentions to act using a police vessel. It was the fastest means to respond, and we felt it was an appropriate step to take. We were actually on scene in less than an hour from the initial call, going 30 miles from where the boat was launched.
Upon arrival, Rose says the passengers, identified as Jennifer Bullard, Miriam Gibson, Latanya Millard, along with 2 children, Tomasio and Teranique Bullard, were shell-shocked but in otherwise good condition.
In this case, they were all alive, and for best accounts, they were healthy. Some cuts and bruises and shaken up and traumatized, but they just survived a plane crash. So for us, it was really gratifying to see that everybody was alive.
Authorities say they are relieved at the outcome of what could have easily become a major tragedy at sea. They credit a quick response time with saving the lives of those involved.
I personally think that the fact that we were able to respond so quickly to the incident yesterday is a testament of the collaboration and the partnership. I think before, persons were calling several numbers. When the BASRA personnel got the call yesterday, they were able to direct us directly to police control room. They were able to call that we were able to mobilize the Defence Force, and so we were able to respond very, very quickly.
With its passengers safely on dry land, the question is, what happens to the wreckage? Officer in charge of Grand Bahama Island, Quinn McCartney, says that is now a matter of the Civil Aviation Authority.
They will then determine what happens with the plane after that. We tried to recover as much as we can, as much evidence as we could to turn over to them. But at this stage, the investigation will then be turned over to the Civil Aviation Department for their further work.
Meantime, seafarers are being reminded to avail themselves of the emergency rescue channels available.
We would like to let all mariners know, and all persons who may be at sea, that if they run into any problems, they are to call 911, the police emergency line, or to utilize the VHF channel 916, which will be monitored by personnel from BASRA, the Defence Force, and very soon, our own police control room.
For GBTV News, I'm Olivia Dorset.